disassembly and assembly process. 1. A valve must be disassembled from the pipe when it is in the state of fully closed state. 2. When a valve is being disassembled, each part of the valve should be kept from being contaminated by foreign substances internally and externally. If some parts got contaminated, all the contaminated parts must be cleaned securely before they are assembled with the valve. 3. Workers must pay attention not to make each part get scratched and bent when the valve is being disassembled from the pipe and after the disassembly process. 4. Workers must be careful not to make the surfaces of body seat and disc seat get scratched and damaged. 5. When a disc is being disassembled from its valve or it is being assembled with its valve, it must be kept in 30% open state during each process. 6. When workers tighten each bolt, workers must tighten each bolt in diagonal position, not to make each bolt get leaned to one direction. 7. In case of valves with actuators, an actuator must be disassembled from its valve after turning its valve's handle about 2 to 3 rounds to open. Body seat can be produced in an integral type and separate type. Untighten seat grand bolts. Disassemble the seat grand from the valve. Open valve's disc about 30%. Disassemble body seat from disc. Untighten the bolts of gearbox. Disassemble the gearbox from the valve. Worm gear is generally used when a large deceleration ratio is required. Worm gear is used when a large output is required with a small force. Worm gear makes less noise, but the heat is easy to be generated and electricity efficiency is relatively low. Self-locking. Self-locking is a device to prevent the reverse rotation of a valve and its actuator. Untighten top cover bolts from a valve and disassemble top cover plate from the valve. Remove dowel pins from the valve. Untighten the packing grand bolts, washers, and nuts. Detach the packing grand from the valve. Disassemble the packings from the valve. Untighten the end cover bolts and washers from the valve. Disassemble the end cover plate from the valve. Detach the end cover O-ring from the end cover plate. Pull the valve stem until you can see the valve collars, and then remove valve collars from the stem. Disassemble stem from the valve. Be careful not to damage the valve stem parts during the disassembly process. Remove main bush and stub bush from the valve. Then disassemble disc from the valve. Parts must be replaced after the whole disassembly process. 1. Packing. 2. End cover O-ring. Parts required to be checked up and maintenance after disassembly process. 1. Disc seat. The surface of the disc seat should be checked whether it is scratched or damaged. If the surface is scratched or damaged, it must be replaced. 2. Body seat. The surface of the body seat should be checked whether it is scratched or damaged. If scratches or damaged parts are found out on the surface of the seat, wrapping must be done on the surface. 3. Bush. Check if there are scratches inside bushes. Scratched bushes must be replaced by new ones. Assembly work proceeds in the reverse order of the disassembly work. video is designed to help users understand the disassembly and assembly of devices and facilities, and does not cover the entire process of disassembly and assembly. For more detailed information, please follow the O&M manual we distributed. Matters to be considered on valve opening and closing operation. 1. Before the operation of the valve, please check on each valve sealing part and driving part whether there are foreign substances. After it is confirmed clean, then operate the valve. 2. Check whether there is leak water from the actuator and gearbox. 3. Before executing a line test, make sure to open the disc first. 4. Do not put pressure on the valve more than each valve's designed rating class. 5. Make sure that the pressure direction of the fluid matches the main pressure direction of the valve. 6. Check if there is a leak in the pipe gasket. This video is designed to help users understand the disassembly and assembly of devices and facilities, and does not cover the entire process of disassembly and assembly. For more detailed information, please follow the O&M manual we distributed.